Safety is a good topic. I think people are interested in that. Is Indonesia safe? So we'll do it with two things. Is it safe for coronavirus? And is it safe for tourists, just in general? Go check out the road. Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, so we're in Kamon, and I just had another video over there. So I walked for 8 minutes, and now we're gonna do some other stuff that's around here. Starbucks, McDonald's, pizza place. We're just gonna keep walking and kind of showing you. And I think maybe I'll talk about safety, I guess. Safety is a good topic. I think people are interested in that. Is Indonesia safe? So we'll do it with two things. Is it safe for coronavirus? And is it safe for tourists, just in general? I would say yes and yes. Now you probably want to know why. It feels really safe because, you know, I was walking around in the evening at nighttime. I don't know, there's a nice security about it. I don't really feel like, for one, the streets are kind of messy, so people don't really just hang out on the streets at all. I mean, you'll see your cycle drivers kind of waiting, you know, a little bit in front of an establishment in the evening where they think the customers might go. But that's about the extent of it. You don't really see much else. People seem quite kind. I haven't had anything alarm me anyways, and I was out with my camera at night last night in a tourist area. Kota Tua. Here's where I'm at right here. Come on. So this is South Jakarta, by the way, and I think this is a food court. I'm just gonna walk in. Everywhere has these little parking fees. So if you do grab taxis and you're in one of these ones, you have to do a parking fee. This must be it in the evening. Hello. People must come here in the evening, I guess. Let's see what's all in here. Huh. I just kind of walk around in this spot. It looks pretty cool. So I felt. Hello. Let's see. Oh, here's a. You can also get food delivered too. I've been seeing a lot of these guys too. They'll be delivering food, so you can order it. Actually, all these have grab food. So you can make your food here and then have it delivered here. Hello. So, okay. Pretty cool. There's a lot of cool spots everywhere in Jakarta. I think there's a bathroom down there. So when you're actually inside a property, everything looks really nice. And it is nice. And then you're on the streets. These streets are pretty good when you come on in South Jakarta. So I would rank it way safer than Manila. Like when you're in Manila, it feels a little bit dodgy. Bangkok is quite safe to me. Different people say different things, but that's how I feel about Bangkok, and I feel like Jakarta is like that too. Not too different from being in, you know, Korea, Japan, China, like all these places in Pacific Asia. Generally feel quite comfortable to walk around at any time, and I feel like that's the same here too. So the safety of that, I feel, is pretty good. You can also feel it too, like sometimes in other cities I've had people, like in South America, people kind of attach themselves to you real quick in an uncomfortable way. So we don't have that kind of stuff here at all, and I think part of it's because it's hard to walk around. So usually people just get in taxis, so there's nowhere really where people just kind of congregate looking for somebody walking by that I've noticed. A lot of grab taxis right there too. So what else was I gonna say? The coronavirus. That one, it's hard to really say if that's safe or not. I was just reading something. They were saying that they think that Indonesia isn't taking it very serious. I think sometimes I've read there's 0 cases, and then I heard something else, some other report that said there was 2 cases, and the 2 that were like people in Bali or something like that, and they were checked and then sent back or something like that. I heard something like that. So sometimes I'll see 2 and sometimes I'll see 0. Sounds weird that you'd have 2 and sometimes 0 though. But I was reading another source that was saying that Indonesia maybe isn't informing people enough. They're not really taking it very serious. And they cited the example because there was something like 328 Wuhan people that flew into Bali or something like that. And then they were quickly checked out and they were all okay, so just let them go or something like that. You know, where, you know, pretty much everywhere else in the world it's like, okay, 14 days, you're gonna have to be under surveillance, you know, like, sorry, you know, so that's why they were saying that. But you know, it's hard to know what's a legitimate source and what's not, you know, and what's, you know, it's just hard to really say. But in general, I would say that, you know, my personal feelings is the way that the city is designed, the way it's designed, meaning the way that it's set up, it'd be very hard to contaminate others, because it feels like, you know, like, look at this, almost everybody's in a car or a motorcycle. I mean, I guess technically maybe you could be spread by motorcycles because you have to come in contact with that person, touching the back of the bike or whatever. But it's kind of a slow process, right? You know, compared to places like China or Korea, you know, where you're just constantly surrounded by people all the time and they're kind of running into you, and sometimes they're spitting, you know, doing something that could contaminate others. So I don't know, for some reason I kind of feel like whatever happens here, it might be quite minimal. Because I mean, I'm in Jakarta, I'm in the biggest city, and I don't really see much person-to-person contact. It's so car-oriented. It's not very pedestrian friendly. There's not many public spaces either, so I was trying to find some public spaces, so I went up to Kota Tua yesterday and I walked around. I could walk around it real quick and easy. It's like done within 15 or 20 minutes. I could linger around for an hour if I wanted to, or you can sit down and just absorb things, but like just walking around it, that was like 15 minutes. And it's like, okay, now where? Then the National Monument is the other spot where they go. That was kind of it, you know, so it's kind of reflecting on the amount of public spaces. There's so few. The other place I guess people congregate is all the malls. There's pretty much malls everywhere. Maybe some people might be curious, okay, you know, this guy's talking about safety and coronavirus. That's how I feel about here. And I feel that about pretty much all of Indonesia. Except for Bali. Bali is kind of the big mystery to me because it's pretty cool. I think these are like, people can live in here, so they'll have all their little homes, little houses, little rooms in there, different people. So we could walk up that way, or we could walk this way. We'll do both. We'll just kind of walk up this a little bit and then we'll walk back down. And let's see, we'll try to stay under 8 minutes as well. So with Bali, I don't know, like I was just in Thailand recently, and Thailand, there's a lot of tourists, and tourists, you know, are always trying to so tourists are always you know, really social, and they want to interact with people, so they want to, you know, be in all the public spaces, go to all the places and interact. But then it seems like that's kind of a higher spot where you're going to move around a virus. Let's see, can I go this way? I'm going to try. So we're going to try to go this way. So these are kind of the neighborhoods. So okay, I'm at the so I would say, like, I would be a little bit careful there. I would basically my main message. And we're going to stop right here. So we're at the 9-minute mark. So this is basically, we walk into the neighborhood. I'll do another video later with something different. Chiquinha, Chiquinha.